Hello and welcome back to Against the Storm. This is the last expedition we'll have in this cycle, just based off the timing and spacing. So pushing in any particular direction isn't necessarily going to do us any good, with the exception of we could go up here and snipe this Dangerous Lands one. So I think we will do that because that gives us some of the machine parts. Even though we don't need them right now, we need food more than anything. It's always a good thing to have. All right, I'm going to go with humans and beavers like I always do. I think they are the best. I'm probably wrong, but I actually don't think it really matters as long as they're just what I'm familiar and comfortable with. So they are my preference. We'll do small farm because we have human, so always an opportunity there. And then I think, what else do I want? I don't quite have enough to get the royal permit. So I think I'll just start with some extra food. Why not? All right, we'll go ahead, get started there. The last video we did some pretty crazy stuff. The one with no orders, I was shocked we completed that successfully, but it was pretty challenging. Let's take a look here at our forest mysteries. So during the drizzle, we get 3 global resolve for 3 minutes every time you discover a new glade. So we just have to keep discovering new glades and it'll bump our resolve temporarily, which could be good if we're like right at the cusp of getting into the blue and progressing things along. Only danger glades, so there are no small glades on this map. And then trees give more wood, so we want to definitely focus on producing pretty much as much lumber as possible, as much planks as we can. All right, so all these are hostility 3 and one's hostility 4. So 3 is going to be the real cutoff. So during the storm, stuff burns quicker. We need to provide coats or it's going to lower resolve by -6. That's going to suck if we don't have coats. And then have complex food. If we have complex food, nothing happens. And then this is living matter. Okay, so this kind of... So apparently that's only if villagers die, I would hope. But they turn into living matter, which is problematic in and of itself. So let's try to avoid that if we can. Looks like we have a little bit of a pivoted glade set up again. Should be able to still build our pretty typical paths over here. Although the warehouse is over here, so we're going to have to be more mindful of chopping out. One good thing is there's a lot of space right back here, so should be pretty good. Actually, I'm going to rotate the camera just because I'm more familiar with looking at the main warehouse being near the top. So we'll progress in that direction. Look at our buildings real quick. I like both the smithy and the granary. I think smithy will guarantee us coats, which I think is the better play because that is actually relevant to us. Camps are always good and the food's good, but I think I'm gonna go with this actually because we have a way to make tools and that gives us an angle to be able to do all of that. So flour could be good, stamping mill, but I think I'm gonna go with cookhouse just to guarantee we're gonna get some advanced food. My perspective is I'm trying to get the buildings that will address these negative forest mysteries. Just to guarantee we have something like this is complex food. Now we have something that can do complex food. The other one was like you have to have coats. If you don't have coats, yeah, this one. So I got something that is coats, but I also got something that kind of pairs with that. So that's kind of my thought process or my logic behind doing what I'm doing. Let's get a couple houses built in the middle, at least temporarily, just to get that up and running. We definitely want to get a woodcutter's camp. What glade are we going to go into first? I don't think we're going to enter a glade initially. Probably not for at least a season, so we should probably put it over here and then just start chopping all the trees in this area. We'll get ready to go into this glade but won't actually pop into it. Just kind of chop up some space there, I think is the way to go. Trading post can be slapped down here. And then we can build this, well, can't fit the smithy yet until we chop out some more trees, so let's not do that for now. But let's just get the makeshift post and the crude workstation up and running. Remember to increase the priority on our woodcutters huts, because that's the first thing we want done. And then we can go ahead and unpause and get progressing with the map. Okay, we have our first woodcutters camps up and running. I cannot believe we have way more humans than beavers, so we're gonna have to focus on getting the beaver boys pretty quickly. That did bump us up to 1 hostility already, but that's fine. We can handle up until we get up to like 3 hostility. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Take a look at our cornerstones here. I think the +1 yields to all packs is a very good one to have. The clay per minute's nice, but you know, we have a clay deposit here, so at least we have something to work with already. Speaking of deposits, we probably should get a stonecutters camp up and running. I'll have to move it closer when I move the woodcutters out of the way. And we also need to get a where is it? Trappers camp. Get the trappers camp up and running down here as well. Let's look at our first couple orders. Feels nice to actually have orders to work towards this time around. I mean, we're going to build both of these anyway, and the +2 flour production will be great, assuming we get a method to make flour, which I'm sure we will. I think it's more important to get long-term benefits, so I'm going to go with this, because this is just enter 4 glades, which we're definitely going to do. And then trading post and money versus selling and then having money. Interesting combo. The wildfire essence is nice to have if I plan on building another hub, which is pretty much guaranteed to give us at least +2 global resolve, because that first tier that we build is gives everything a +2 global. So we already have 5. I don't plan on building a ton of them. I think it takes 2 each, so we don't need more of this as long as we don't sell it. So I think I'm going to go with this. At least it'll give us some temporary biscuits to increase mood. We have housing starting to get up and running. Should probably get somebody going in here. Let's just get 10 of each of these going. Pop some humans in there. And then we'll pop 1 in there. And we'll pop 1 in here for the time being. Just so we have a little bit of food trickling in. We got a little bit of stone trickling in. And then once we free up some of the space, I'm actually going to move this now just so we're right here ready to go. This I'm actually going to move over here just so we can focus on getting some trees chopped out, just freeing up some space. I actually should spend the time chopping these trees out over here instead, because we need the space over in this region more than over here at the moment. We definitely need to get this house done, so hopefully some progress happens there. But for now, we just wait and trim the trees. This is the first year, so nothing too drastic, I don't envision. We need more bodies and we need more resources gathered before I could tap into a glade, because if there's a glade event, I don't have anything in the bank to handle it, and it would just lead to some negative situations. So I want to at least get some resin baked up, because at least some of those glade events have a resin requirement. So I'm hoping it's usually on 20, so we'll kind of see what happens there. I would really like this housing to be done. If we can focus on getting planks for housing, that would be nice. Yet they focus on bricks. Well, let's see what happens after they complete. Do we not have... We have plenty of wood. Oh, we already have 10 planks. Well, then why isn't this getting done? There's nobody to build it. I see. Silly me. Well, let's take the person out of the food harvesting just to get that built. And actually, we got more people here. I'm going to go with this one because it gives me a couple more beavers to work with. And I want to make sure that our beaver boys get filled out as fast as possible. So Hilda has arrived. Housing is not complete, but it's better than it was. I'm going to wait just a minute. I don't want to tempt fate too much, but I want to get as much resources as possible before I do a trade with her. Okay, I can definitely get rid of one. It's a lot of wood. I'd prefer it be converted to planks, but we got to work with what we got on hand at the moment. Could be good to get clay production. Could be good to get +3 coats. We're guaranteed to have a coats building already, so it's probably worth it for that. 20 pottery every time we enter a glade early in the game. Haven't even entered a glade yet. That has a lot of value as well. I could sell some of this, right? It shows me it's 4.6. I would have to chop longer before I go into a glade. I don't mind selling a little more wood because we're chopping so much, but I do have to be careful because I still need some to build, to burn in the, in the hearth. Yeah, why not? Let's sell a little bit of this. That's 15. No, it was 15 amber balance, 12 amber, 12 actual amber. So I don't think I'm going to get enough amber to actually buy any of these things unless I go very ham. I could definitely only buy one. So let's target that. I don't really want to trade off. I never build two. So maybe I could do that. Scale this back a little bit. It should be good. I'm going to go with the pottery. Even though the coats production's nice, these are all very nice. I just don't have the resources to do it. And I think the pottery has the most value for me, at least at the moment. So as we get more impatience points, the happier everybody is. That could make a big difference. Room for one more villager, that is nice too. Because as we build a ton of houses, that value adds more and more every time. I feel like this will help us progress as this starts building up. So I'm going to go ahead, just choose that one to start. That has varying value. Because as you know, we'll this bar will get really far along, and then as we start completing this stuff and getting the orders, it'll shrink back down. So it's kind of self-regulating in a way where that benefit will go up and down, the value of it over time. I am gonna go with the farm one, and then I kind of feel like I have to go with the ancient tablet one and try to stack a second packs of goods perk on there as well. That would be kind of nice, so we'll do that. All right, we're gonna wait till next year, and then we're gonna make a serious push into some of the glades over here. I'm gonna move these guys over here, and actually I'm gonna rotate them because now I want to focus on really chopping kind of close to this glade over here. All right, do we have more people available to invest a little more in here? I think we do, so we will do that. I need more amber to complete this, but we have time. It's fine. We've not gone into any glades yet, but we will. As far as housing goes, let's go ahead and put down a couple human houses, and we'll put down a couple beaver houses, even though we're not actually doing anything with them at the moment. But what that'll do is it'll get us 3 more people and some bricks. We're not making any flour yet, but it'll give us the +2. And then where did the other pack come from? Oh, it was Cornerstone. I already took it. So we're guaranteed to get 1 pack already. Okay, people in there are not doing anything at the moment. Let's move them closer to the edge so I can put a building down here. Would be kind of ideal. And then after this storm, we will start tapping into glades, because that's something that definitely needs to happen sooner than later. Their mood isn't low enough to justify taking the beavers out of the woodcutters camp, so I'm just gonna let them keep going for the time being. The other thing I want to do, I want to get we could put down this cookhouse. We're not actually doing anything with it yet, but we will go ahead and build that across. People are fairly happy for the situation. I mean, they just went up a little because this nudged up. We'll actually bring them down when we complete that. All right, so this gives me another beaver boy, but it also gives me a harpy. So now we have some humans available. I'm gonna tap into this glade just because I'm already right here. We'll take out these trim options just for the time being, and we will go ahead and pick our next order here. We don't necessarily have any way to get herbs, although that is handy to have. I don't think the +1 or plus, whatever packs modifiers applies to this, so it doesn't benefit us as much as building it ourselves. Grain production could very well be useful, assuming we get exposure to that. We do have humans, we do have a small farm. I think there's a good opportunity there. All right, so let's keep trimming along. Okay, we tapped into our first glade. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so this does have a working effect of -7 global resolve, but it doesn't require any resources, which is actually kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and take the amber this time around because this is just stuff. It's nothing special. If there was like an actual benefit here, I might consider it, but I actually need the amber more than anything right now, just to turn in this trading post one. So let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to hold off on turning it in because I want this to stay, because the mood stays higher then, at least temporarily. Let's go ahead and pop some people into here. We have a way to make coats. Let's set that to like 40 coats. I don't actually have anything yet. I don't want to use the pottery at the moment on this. I will want to use crystallized dew once we get that to make tools. I'm going to cap that at 50. And there was some resources here, so let's go ahead and put some people down. All right, I apparently built this outside the range. Yeah, it must be outside by 1 on the corner there. That's unfortunate. I'll have to move it. I don't want to move it over here because that's not particularly helpful. Let me move it there. All right, Zorg. Hello. Oh, what is this? Ooh, 1 blueprint from wall unlock. Very nice, for sure. Very expensive. Can't afford it. What other let me look over here and just see what else we exposed here. So there's berry bushes, dewberry bushes. Would probably be a good idea to be able to gather that. Meat. So this uses the farm fields. That's to produce berries, not to harvest them. And then herbs. Good to have. I'm actually very tempted to jump across here. It's probably a mistake, but I have resin, which I know isn't the only thing that could matter, but I kind of want to tap into this other glade. Can we do it before Zorgy Boy leaves? Maybe we can. All right, so glade event fallen, -10 human resolve. That's manageable. Ancient tablet is something we need. So let's go ahead and add a person to that. Get the ball rolling. I'm going to take a person out of here just so we can definitely focus on getting that threat managed as fast as possible. Okay, what do we want to do with Zorgy Boy? We are going to get 20 amber from here, which we won't be able to use here because we won't have time. But that does free up the resin, at least for now. I'm not doing anything with copper ore. Just not a lot of resources I could sell. I could sell some clay, but I don't want to sell too much. Eggs. We kind of need the food. All right, I think we'll just do that. We actually won't have enough resources to buy anything here, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We can turn in this and that. That actually makes people angrier because the rebellious spirit. I actually lost some resolve there, but that's temporary. This will come back up. All right, is there a point in any of this? The jerky could be useful. Does anybody need jerky? I feel like somebody does. You do. And you do. So 2 people like jerky. Let's go ahead and take it. The big herbalist camp is potentially beneficial. The trapper's camp is too, because we did find meat, but we definitely have a lot of berries here, over here. And I think that node is going to be useful to us. That's a large berry node. What else? Herbs and mushrooms. All right, we'll take the large herbalist camp for now. We will ultimately, I think, have to build a what you call it over here, a storage facility, warehouse. That's the word. Let's go ahead and select that. Get the cookhouse going. I actually need people. Put a beaver in there. We got all beavers all the time now in the mines, or in the what you call it, lumber mill. Nope, I don't have the resources to open it. If I had more simple tools, I would, but I do not. I think I will take this because leather production is on the table. The meat nodes are giving leather, and we could use the +2 coats. We're going to be making coats anyway. And then getting another 20 pottery for ancient tablet and glades is pretty nice. I think I will go ahead and choose that option. So that's of the 4 ancient tablets I'm collecting. That will be used for both of those. Too bad it's not retroactive. I will have to do 3 more glades, but I have to do 2 for this one anyway. So it's probably not the end of the world. We have some people available. Let's put them in here, start gathering some food up. This should be done pretty shortly, I would hope. And then we could pop a person in here. We're still shy on at least a house, but let's limit these all to like 50-ish. Not that we're doing much with it at the moment, but got to be prepared to limit. All right, we popped into this glade already. Not ready to pop into these glades yet, but I do want to start trimming it out. Make some room for buildings, but also just be ready to pop into this glade after the next storm, if we can. All right, let that keep going. More housing would be good. It would be nice also to bump up this hub level. Go ahead and build a couple parks over here. And just proactively, I'm going to put down a couple gardens because that'll be useful for us. I think ultimately we'll be getting rid of these shelters once we get race-specific housing up and running. To that end, let's go ahead and put it down, even if we're not actually doing it yet. And then we can put some human housing down. It'll do some good, hopefully. All right, ancient tablets done. New clothes done. Let's go ahead and turn this in. Turn this in. I thought we had 4 tablets, so I guess we only had 3. So we got to get 1 more tablet anyway, so that's fine. See what other options we have here. Rain mill is good for flour. We wanted that anyway. I don't want any of this necessarily. I'm gonna re-roll. Workshop is always useful. It gives me 2-star of all the recipes instead of not even a star. I do have some concern. Like, I would really like the trapper's camp, but I think I'm gonna go with the workshop. I have to always have a stable way to produce all my resources. Almost feel like we might need 2 workshops because it only has 2 slots for people to work. So sometimes the supplies fall behind a little bit when that's the primary method. I'm actually going to take people out of here and not build in here at all. Harpies are not happy. Why are you so sad? Looming darkness. So just looming darkness. It's the seasonal effect for each hostility level. So if I lower hostility by taking everybody out of here, people will be less angry. And then maybe we'll make it through okay. See, I'm thinking it through now. Thank you again, Jeremy, for the suggestions, because they're starting to stick a little bit, and I appreciate it. Let's take them out. Get the beaver boys back in here. Storm is coming to an end. See what else we got here. Camp production. I don't want to do that for fertile soil. Crowded houses, actually, I think I'll take. Let's do that. That'll just make it so that these are probably the only houses we'll have to build going forward. Not guaranteed, but probably. Let's just tap into this glade if we can. Move these boys a little closer. They make more trips to than from, so keep that going. I think I want more beavers because I might build something at some point that would require them, like a mine or... All right, we did upgrade this hub to the next level. I will have to move stuff around, and we definitely have to chop out in this area. Probably focus on that next. Let's go ahead and just make sure we get into this glade quickly. Time is a ticking into the clearance, so it's kind of a priority to get into here. And they are doing a little bit of walking over here. So, all right, we are in the glade. Ooh, them some big roots. And we finally have a farm. So I definitely want to get that farm field built. And actually, I would go as far as to put somebody over here and start trimming out this area, because I think there's more field available there. And we will definitely have to build a storage over here as well. I don't think I have anything to gather these root nodes yet, but we will try. All right, this is going to destroy most of our food, but it's something we have to do. Let's go ahead and take care of that. We can dismiss that. I definitely want a warehouse right over here. I think it would be great to have. I want high priority on getting this done. I need the planks. You, I will check on in just a moment. I want to make sure all this harvesting is going to plan. A lot of charges there. All right, let's go ahead. Check you out. +1 resolve to villages with a home, which is every villager except for 2 beavers. Probably worth getting that. Outside of that, there's not much I need. I could definitely sell a lot of this wood. Not that it's, you know, I'd much rather convert it to planks or to, what you call it? Building material, packs. It'd be more value per node, but I just haven't gotten to that point yet. I have to kind of, again, work with what I got at the moment. Okay, that did give me some resources. I have 40. Is any of this worth getting? I'm not... I'm torn on the grain production because I did get that thing, the cornerstone that will add grain production, but it takes a long time to actually build that up. A lot more than it does meat or anything. So I don't really know how beneficial that's going to be. But I do need grain, so I'm just gonna, maybe, you know what, I am gonna buy it. Maybe it'll at least kickstart that for the time being. The other option is just saving the money for later, and surely there's gonna be something that comes along that will be more beneficial. I need to start getting packs of provisions up and running as well, but probably more so after I get this workshop running. That definitely needs to be kind of a higher priority thing. Small trappers camp. Can't do anything large. I guess let's put it over here. That's going to be a hell of a run for them, but it's just got to be what it's got to be for now. Low on food, that's not surprising. We knew that was going to happen with this node just because it takes a long time to dig into that. Build a bunch of packs, and that just makes packs faster. I think I'd rather have egg production by making humans happy. I think I could do that. They're ready at 27. I mean, shouldn't be too hard to bump them up just a little bit higher. I really need to get this done, though. Like, the planks need to be a thing that happens, which would probably happen if I stopped taking people out of where they need to be. I took them out too soon. I need to produce the planks to build this building to then take them out. So it's just going to be a little bit longer on that. The other thing, too, we are coming up on the storm. I do have to start considering chopping through this massive chunk of trees here, because all of this needs to get cleared out. There is a glade right here, but I need to clear this out for buildings because this is the range. So I have to build in all these spots, and I can tap into this glade next time around if I need to. But right now, I just want to focus on getting this farm up and running. Okay. Again, with the unhappy harpies, not the end of the world, but still probably want to stop them from running away. Let's go ahead, take the people out of here, pop them into here instead. Still want planks to be the priority. Limit that to like 50 of everything, I guess. All right, they're fading fast. Go ahead and pop this in. Pop these guys out. That should lower resolve. Maybe? That did. All right, let's put the humans in here, get them started. There might still be a couple behind there, but not 100% sure. Actually, it seems like the opportune place for this building would have been down here instead. So I might have to move them. All right, let's get the Beaver Boys back to work. There is much work to be done. Let's take a look at our cornerstones. I mean, roots per minute is nice, but I feel like they really nerf this a lot. 3 per minute. It's okay, but it ends up being what, like a couple hundred roots total, maybe? Not even? Traders will have one more cornerstone for sale. I mean, I guess that's okay. Not the worst thing, as long as I can actually afford to buy them, which is a whole other situation. All right, let's go ahead and make everybody love each other again. Do I not have a plank? Please tell me we're making planks. All right, the food's definitely an issue. All right, I'm hoping I can move the house or move this farm at some point. There we go. Let's try to move it over here. Just encompasses more of the fields, so we can actually grow on every node instead, which we need every like inch of space we can get. So I think it's definitely worth doing. We can go ahead and accept this, although kind of low on beavers. Let's move these guys down here and just tap into this glade if we can. We're kind of running out of clearance time, so I really want to kind of focus that down if possible, just to get into a glade. I'll move these guys next once we can, but I want to keep progressing with the glades. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything left over here, so it's kind of pointless to keep chopping in that area. Let's go ahead and move these guys up here. Make sure we're focusing on the correct things that we should be focusing on. Let's extend this road out just so it's a little faster to walk. Hopefully we chop through here pretty quick, because we are already in the clearance. The next storm's in 3 minutes, which means that if there's a glade event here, it is definitely going to carry into the next storm, which sucks from a morale perspective. Nothing, I don't really have anything to sell, but I do have some amber built up. So fabric production's always good, and tool production will be good if we get another glade up and running, or another farm up and running. Not this type of farm, but the one that produces crystallized dew, because that's going to start our kind of really kickstart our tool production. We do have a way to make biscuits. Did I build a rain mill yet? I did not. So, we just popped into a glade. Let me move these buildings kind of out of the way. Try not to use them if I don't have to, but I'm probably going to need to do the one to make packs of crops and stuff. So let's get the rain mill up and running. We did do a glade. Let's go ahead and turn that in. That'll help us get a building. There is fertile soil here, and it's actually right here, which is kind of nice, because we're already like chopping out this area. It's not that close. Well, it's kind of close to here. So maybe we will build, maybe we'll just build here. Let's see how that goes though. Lots to chop out here. Let's see, this building, I don't have these resources. This is a problem. Okay, what kind of geysers do we have? That produces drizzle water. This is storm water. Also storm water. Okay, so we don't have a geyser of the type we need to take care of this. It looks like simple tools and pipes might be the only things that are reasonable. So pipes, I haven't used pipes at all, really. So how many pipes do I need? I need 5 more pipes. Well, maybe we can get lucky here and just sneak in 5 more pipes. Okay, 18 out of 18. Throw some bodies at it. 3 wine for every 15 ale. Assuming we get ale production, that could actually be a good thing. I'll go ahead and run with that. And let's just keep chopping the heck out of everything. Planks. Ale. Hey, look at that. So I'm pretty sure I just caught a glimpse of it. I was pretty sure I was offered a trapper's camp again, which, I mean, again, ridiculous that I have been offered it, I think, 3 times this game so far, and I keep not taking it. It would be beneficial, but everything else matters more to me. So I guess it's just not as high of a priority. Smokehouse, we didn't build that yet. I probably should get one of those down. But before I do that, I wanted to get the ale house down. I am having, there it is, brewery. All right, let's get the brewery built. That's gonna make people happier. Smokehouse. I think you can go where these houses are at some point once we get more of this built. Okay, we have those houses up and running. I'm actually gonna destroy one. We still need some harpy housing, and that has to be built over here somewhere. We're gonna have to kind of wait for some of this stuff to get cleared out. Is there anything else really worth anything in this glade here? I don't think so. We're very low on food. Everybody's pretty unhappy about that. All right, moss broccoli patch. You can do mushrooms and herbs, but you can't do anything else. These big fiber nodes are apparently gettable by this. Put another human in there. Keep gathering. Uh-oh. We're now entering the bad times. Let's definitely try to lower this to 3 or 2, if not 3. I mean, if it doesn't move the needle, might as well leave 3 in and keep chopping. Let's take a look at our next order. I don't think I'm gonna have 18 harpies. I have 4 currently, so that's probably the only one we can go with. And we are gonna do this, so that's probably a good idea overall. We'll just have to keep working with that for the time being. Is there anything else we can do to lower our people's anger? All right, so stone cutter is gone, but we can gather the marrow nodes, and if anything, we could sell that. So at least we got that going for us. Is there anything we can do temporarily that's just gonna make them neutral? If we take these people out entirely, it doesn't change anything, right? No, it does not. So we're gonna lose a harpy here, which is a little unfortunate. We might even lose a beaver. So it was a harpy smith that left. All right, we got him happy enough. Okay, so we lost the harpy smith. Where was the smithy? I'm lost. All right, let's go ahead and do this. We should definitely get some harpies in here. They should like gathering the fabric stuff. That should be fine. Let's get some harpy specific housing up and running. Looks like we can squeeze a house in there. We could put one here and another one here. Gives us 6 spaces. We have 3 currently. So I imagine that should be enough. That's interesting. I don't know how many glade events gonna happen where that benefits us. I'm gonna re-roll. Ah, hey, increase yields by 100% in all buildings that use fertile soil. I'll lose all stored food. We're out of food. So, cool. Happy to do it. So yields are ridiculously high as a result of this. And actually will be even higher here. Although this is going to be producing crystallized dew. I need to build this, I think, right here. So let's just focus on getting... there is some stuff over here. Let's get these guys down here. Make sure we're all chopping the same stuff, trying to get this done as fast as possible. I think we're gonna have to wait a node out just to try to play a little catch up. There really wasn't anything super good in this node. I mean, there's the moss broccoli, which uses a forager's camp. I only have a small forager's camp, so I can only get this little node here. And there's no other nodes that I could see, so I guess that makes that a little bit of a challenge. Is there any... Can't really see if there's any more over there. Let's take this out and focus on that. I don't really want more people right now because we're kind of starving at the moment. So it's not the best thing. I do want to get this forester's hut down. If anything, just so we can get the initial planting. I don't want resin at all. I just want crystallized dew. And I think it takes beavers, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, beavers are happy in that role. It takes 4 of them, which is crazy. But it will produce a lot of crystallized dew. We can go ahead and put a beaver in here. This makes the beavers happier. And we are focused on using crystallized dew here. So that should get the ball rolling there. Fabric is used for that. I I feel like once we get fabric up and running, we should be in a better place. I think we need a second workshop. I've never gone out of my way to do that before, but I feel like that could benefit us just to get stuff quicker. We also need some of this cleared out. Is there space in another human house if we delete it? Doesn't look like it. I might need another human house on top of these couple harpy houses here. All right, so that should get this up and running. Let's just focus on chopping through all this crap at this point. Farm field can go there. That's within range. We are getting some vegetables out of this, which is good, and the yields are quite increased, so that's also a good thing. Human resolve is not quite there, but hopefully it'll get there. Why are my beaver boys not doing anything? They haven't planted anything. Sother the Ancient has arrived. Hopefully we'll see something interesting in his wares that we can afford. Doesn't look like it. We could sell some copper ore. I don't really need it for pretty much anything. Oh, I could sell this marrow. Don't need that either. Okay. Okay, that's doable. Lower the storm duration. I can get behind that. Woodcutter's moving faster. It's okay. I think I'd rather have the 3 scroll production, even though we're not currently making scrolls. At some point I probably will, so I think it's more important to be ready for that. So this is not ideal, but I will get packs of crops up and running here. Limit that to like 20 just to get something on the books for that. I don't really have enough food for any of these, but again, I'll put something down. Packs of building materials, I'm going to wait on that, but I will eventually tap into that. Okay, so are we able to get back down to hostility 2? It does look like we are able to. Let's rotate this, get this out of the way. Okay, they are planting now. Probably not much we can do about the harpy. Storm should be quicker though, right? Because we got the minus 15%. So that should go a little faster. And then once we get out of the storm, we're good. All right, let's go ahead and put our boys back in there. We do have to tap into a glade. All right, we are getting stuff built again, which is important. I need flour. Pop a couple humans into here. We're not gonna currently make scrolls, I don't think, but we can. I guess let's limit that to 50 in case we need to. Packs of building materials, I'm gonna limit that to 10. Flour, I'm gonna limit this to 60, but we definitely can use it. I'll slap that bird in there. Let's go ahead and go this route. We could do that. We haven't done any trading yet, but I think we will get to a point where we're gonna do some trading, so it'll be useful at that point. Brewing is up and running. I need people for that for sure. Limit that to like 60. Pickled goods, we can do that. We have vegetables, even though we're not actively making them. This is where I'm using the pottery, so we'll limit that to 50. Packs of crops. All right, it's time to pull these boys out. And then packs of crops. This is a better packs of crops recipe anyway. We'll put that there. Make sure not to use the roots on that. Limit that to 20. And we got humans working in there as well. All right, that should get us most of the way there. I would like to delete this. And I wanted to build another workshop, I think was the big thing here. I'll move that out of the way just so I have some space to put another workshop down. And I've never done this, but I think it's worth... There's only 2 people that could work in here. So I really think if I want to crank out a lot of resources, I need more spaces to do that in. All right, here we go. The harpies are coming out of there, which means I need more human housing. Probably a fair amount of it too, by the looks of it. Got a little row housing situation going on here. Let's destroy that. I didn't spend any resources yet. Move that back to be in line with the beaver houses so that eventually it won't be an issue. There's our crystallized dew coming in, complete with bonus quantities. So we should see a pretty large amount of that coming through. Big shelter is empty. I'm going to go ahead and delete it, get it out of the way. Resolve is trickling up in the correct direction as far as I'm concerned. Let's go ahead and get some people in here. All right, what do we limit that to? Like 50 on each. That's fine. Keep on moving. We are very low on food. I would really like to get more. Packs of crops is complete. Let's do that. That gives even more goods. 25%. So that should be an even bigger yield here, which is good. All right, so we need another glade. We need more ancient tablets. Packs of building materials. I didn't realize we had an order for that, but all right, let's put that at 25 because we need that, and 20 is what we need here, right? 25 and 20. So we'll run with that for the time being. Let's move these boys up a little bit. Just keep chopping that out. It's already too far into the season, so I'm just going to wait, and then hopefully we clear enough to where I can go into this glade, and then this glade next. We do have some crystallized garbage coming out here, which means that should be translating to tools being crafted. We do have some comfort coming in. The ale should be coming in with the grain and pickled goods, so we should start seeing some happiness here. I do need to build a smokehouse still. I have not built the smokehouse. Let's go ahead and just slap that down right here. It's close enough to the main warehouse. Should be fine. Stonecutters camp's got nothing nearby. I don't see anything on the immediate radar for this either. Take the people out of that and just set it to the side for now. All right, can we weasel out another storm? This time it looks like we have to take everybody out to get under 3. But we could work with that for the time being. Barely got under, but we did get under. I do want to temporarily just focus on chopping out a path to get into the glade here. After the storm is over, pop the beaver boys back into there and get rolling. Okay, beavers are back. Just really focus on getting that back in there as soon as possible. Let's see what else we got here. Brewery production is faster. Faster doesn't mean better. It just means it's happening faster. So I think I would rather do that. Now, we don't have a way to make packs of provisions aside from the normal garbage way, right? I don't think. That's what we need. Packs of provisions. Yeah, and we don't even have the raw resources to actually do it with anyway. So I am a little bit desperate right now, just because we don't have a lot of resources. Monastery could be useful, leisure and religion, although we're not getting incense. Education would be better for that. Let's just sell all this if we can. See how much we can actually get. I don't want to sell the packs because I need them for this. Definitely not the packs of crops. Trade goods, maybe. Scrolls, probably. I can make more scrolls. Not the simple tools. I could sell some crystallized dew, but I need to save some for tool production. Don't want to sell that. I could sell some of the wine, because we're getting that for free when we make the ale, so that's good. The coal I might need for something. I don't really want to get rid of that. Training gear I'm not doing anything with. I guess let's just sell a little more crystallized dew. We are making a lot of it. Let's do that. Let's get a bunch of amber. Useful to buy that. I could use more vegetable production. We're always low on, and then I'll get grubbing tools because when we pop in the glade, then we'll get some more materials. We're getting a lot of crystallized dew, so I'm not too worried about tapping into that a little aggressively. I don't think there's any nodes for you either, my friend. There is. There's a couple little nodes here. I should probably build the storage down here, but I kind of want to see what's in this glade first, because I might have to build one over here instead. But right now they have to run a very long distance to deposit anything, and that's costing us in traffic, essentially. It's just taking time. Can we please tap into this glade? Please and thank you. Thank you. Monastery, we need to build you. Should probably put you somewhere relatively easily accessible. Can we move you somewhere else? We can. Just slap you over here for now. Okay, monastery. You fit right there. We'll let you do your thing. All right, let's keep chopping these trees. I do want to kind of just move right into there. All right, we need this because not only do we need the incense, but the tablet and even more pottery. Those are all like super good things. We have tools. Thankfully, we started building them because that's exactly what we need for this. So let's go ahead and do a little investigation and get the ball rolling on that. I'll get more people, although I'm very nervous about the amount of food I have available. It's going up, but I need more people in buildings to process this stuff. And now that I have a monastery, I need people in here as well. That did lower hostility by 100. So that's pretty good. And then leisure will come in and have an effect on people as well. I do have to build more beaver housing, but that is a pretty easy thing to do. Let's go ahead and rotate. Just slap them down there. They could just go right behind the old monastery. Should be no problem. And then we also need to kind of tap into this next glade fairly quick. I do need to build... Okay, so this can do stone cutters. So I think it might be worth just kind of trimming out some of these trees a little bit here. And maybe building a warehouse over here instead. All right, everybody's happy. Things are starting to kind of tick in the right direction. That should cause this to start ticking down a little, actually. We've entered the clearance. Let's see what else we can get going here. This can make incense, but I need herbs or something. Oh, we can do resin. Okay. So maybe I'll do that, because that gives me resin to work with. I can actually put this down here, and then I'll just put somebody in here. We'll get some resin to work with this, and we'll be good, hopefully. We did get our tablets. I need to turn that in, but I want the human resolve to stay at nah, never mind. It bounced already. Let's go ahead and do that and get us some extra pottery. Have some more tools. We're really close here to this. Pretty close to the packs of crops one too. Leisure fulfilled. Now all we need is ale. And that should turn in and go pretty quick, I'd imagine. So what do we need here? We're pretty happy on most things, with the exception of not having any pie or religion or jerky. So the religion should happen here once we get this up and running. Let's go ahead and pop a harpy and probably a human in there. Just get incense up and running. We'll limit that to like 50, but they could start churning that out. We already have leisure, so I actually don't really need this. We already have coats. We already have simple tools, packs of building materials. It's slightly better recipe, but what we really need is something to make packs of crops, or not packs of crops, packs of provisions. Like, I could make them here, but we don't even have the resources, so we need some of that fundamental resource generation here. That's what we need. We definitely have plenty of grain. That should not be a problem. But you see, we haven't even made... This hasn't done anything yet. 10 out of 25, so it's going to actually be quite a while unless I get some more nodes. All right, we'll get through this storm. Let's take people out of that, get it down to 2. Hopefully we can just plow through the storm and then get to the next storm, or, you know, next phase, and then the drizzle, and then chop into this next glade. Is there another glade kind of nearby? I mean, these ones are kind of close. We could tap into those next. Let's see what happens here. Let's make these guys happier for a minute. We would have probably been fine without doing that, but I just kind of wanted to do it just to guarantee it. Let's go ahead and move our boys up here. Move you up here. Definitely want to get all the beavers in there, get them going. Get these guys going over here. I think we should put a warehouse maybe like right here. It's a little bit closer anyway for all of this stuff. It's still not the best, but it's better, I think. We can go back and trim that crap out later. Right now I just want to focus on getting through there. Let's see what old Farloof has here. Beaver resolve, that's always nice. I am done with needing the ancient tablets, so I can definitely sell those. That is a ton of wood. Be nice if it was all planks instead, but it's not. I still need these packs for this, so I'm just gonna hang on to that for a little while. Crystallized dew, I could sell some of that. I don't even need to sell all that stuff. All right, let's bring the crystallized dew back down. That's about as close as we're gonna get. 41. All right, definitely get the resolve. Pigment production, sure, why not? Building product. I didn't really need to get that one. It's kind of useless, but yeah, that's fine. Hopefully we get some food coming in here. Looks like we have some of it coming along. Make people just a little bit happier. We got religion coming in because we got the incense going on. Yeah, everybody seems to be in relatively good spirits. Still not quite to the point we need to be with the humans. Can I make them temporarily really happy? Yes. Should have a couple seconds before I get into the clearance where it'll be enough to turn this in. That's my hope anyway. All right, what do we got here? 2 amber for every 20 sea marrow. That would have been good if we had already done that back here when we started digging all the marrow out, but the marrow's gone now, so it doesn't really matter too much. All right, let's see what this Glade event is. I think this might be one of the newer ones. Oh, there is sea marrow. I already picked the option. Too bad. Petrified tree. All right, so what does this do? Tree felling is 80% slower while the Glade event is being worked on. That's not so bad. Let's investigate. Have them chopping away over there. Herbalist camp has nothing nearby, but that's all right. We got some nodes right here. Let's go ahead and focus on that for the time being. Where did our boys go? These guys down here. All right, there's like a big egg node here. Humans are done. Let's go ahead and turn that in. We're moving. Hopefully this packs of crops happens fairly soon. I do have it at 25. So it's just grain production that is lacking currently. Huh. Okay. Well, we don't really need to chop anymore over here. So let's, I guess, just focus on coming up, tap into this glade over here. Yeah, why not over there? Over there sounds good. Let's move this around, do a little choppy chop, hop through. Bob's your uncle. All right. Go ahead and re-roll. Not seeing anything super compelling here. Clay pits, I guess, kind of nice, but must be placed on fertile soil. Yeah, I'm just not seeing the need for most of this stuff. Guess we're just gonna have to wait on that, or we'll have to pick one just to pick one. We only have 2 building choices left. Hopefully this gets done fairly quick. We don't need to make them our favorites anymore. So let's try to get everybody a little bit happy. That would be nice. At this point, it's kind of a balancing act. We're trying to... We need more grain is what we need. Because we just don't have enough resources. All right, looks like we have all the fabric, bricks, and everything that we want over here. There we go. We got another order complete. Let's turn that in. So simple tools, +2 pie production, although we're not actually producing pie. If we can actually get ale, we complete that and we'd win the map. So I think at this point we're just kind of chilling, just kind of waiting. We probably could do this. Well, this would actually give us the ale we need. Use up the simple tools. Why we're making them, right? So we could use them for stuff like this. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, we are in a storm. Everybody is unhappy. Let's just take everybody out of the camps for now. Really close to chopping through there. I don't really want to do that right now. Oh, it looks like we're hostility 3 either way, but at least we're not hostility 4. That's where we run into bigger problems. Oh, this is nasty. Thankfully, we bought that storm ending quicker thing. We did lose a harpy, but that is okay. There is no real good place to put them. It will be what it will be. I don't have the ale yet. we can do that. That's fine. People are going to be unhappy for 2 minutes, it looks like. Harpy Apothecary. I think we could put a couple beaver boys in here. Hopefully we get enough ale, and then we can just turn that in and be done. But if we don't, we have a little bit of a problem on our hands. Let's put somebody in here to start making some jerky if we can. Okay. Well, there is farmland here. I don't really want to spend a lot of time because we're gonna win very shortly anyway. But I still want to, you know, just in case. You never know. Let's take a look at this building. So purging fire. We could use resin for this. Spawns blight rot for every dangerous glade discovered. Penalty added retroactively. That is really bad. So we're just gonna send that to the Citadel, and hope for the best. Let's go ahead and get another person into there. Actually gonna take a beaver out just so he can do some building. We'll get an herb garden, and we'll get a provisioner. Packs of provisions, right? That's what we said we needed, and we win. Didn't even have to finish this stuff. It's perfect. All right, well, that overall I think that went pretty well, but that does finish this off for us, so we can go ahead and end the current cycle. We have a net loss of food here, it looks like, because we spent a fair amount of it. Yeah, we've unlocked a couple things here. Better embark range, influence rewards. We get some of that. So let's do a quick cycle reset and get set up for the next one. And here we go. The cycle is resetting. All right, so we have popped out into the next one. We have much greater map visibility, and we could go like really far in one go, which is pretty crazy. But I think I'd want to stay relatively close. All right, so we'll put the cut in there for today, but I have some resources I think I'll spend on some meta progression, and then we'll be set up for next time around. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, see more content in the future, and we will catch you in the next one.